Hello everybody, hello everybody, hello everybody. Well, what do we have here? I still cannot get over these colours. Well, I'm in Dlaa today, and all depends on what the colours are like. To me, they're popping, they're popping, they're popping. I'm just getting Yoza, and anybody else to check out my sound quality. Yesterday, I was very, very depressed. I got about 2 o'clock in the morning, that's AM, and I played until 8 o'clock in the evening, and I made a measly stupid...
sounds okay.
I thank you, Yosa. I made a measly stupid 500k. Now that would be depressing, but you have to understand the game and what you choose. Well, I choose permanent death. To most people it's boring, but that's what I choose to play because I might never see the game finish and I want to see realism. Well, as you know, I was in the Polaris. It's the best ship out there. You can't fault it. It can do everything. It can ship bricks, size 10, you name it. But don't think for 1 minute it can make credits, because what you spend, it will cost you. You just got to be smart. So at the end of the day, each ship has its special use. It can make money, it can do this, it can do that, but it all depends on your whole horizon. If you want to make money, the best ship to use to make money is what it's designed for, that's the whole sea. Is it working? Is it not? If you want fun and exploration, then yeah, take out the Polaris. If you want endurance and panic station, take out the Icarus. If you think you know it all, take out the oh god, what's that little ship called again? The Aurora? You know. But anyway, let's get some work done.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
And guess what? We gained another subscriber yesterday. I got 142 subscribers. So there must be something here that's interesting somebody.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I'm going to get dressed up now. My GPU is at 53 Celsius at 80%. CPU is at 40%, running at 3.6 gigahertz. There's a reason for that. Okay, I've downclocked the PC because I'm looking for stability today. So any of you guys in there, just come on and say hi, and I will say I'm not shy. I'm on the hypo today, so we're giving some Velcro, well, whatever that means. Let me put some clothes on. Today I just want to act stupid. I want to act the shoe size, not the age. Oh, I'm always acting the shoe size. Let's get my core armor on. Let me get my legs on. Let me get my arms on. Oh, I've not got a matching pair. Oops. Let me get my helmet on. My hat. Okay. I'm going to change my leg and my arm. No, I'm going to change my arm to match my leg. No, I'm going to change my leg to match. You see? I speak back to front. Where is my leg? I wish I went to school. There. I've got matching legs now. Now, let's see if I can make my chest puff out like a pigeon. They call me pigeon chest. Okay, guess what? I'm super cool. Now let me get my gun on. I like me snipies. But I like ballistics. Ballistics go through shields. Oh, before we go, let me get my gun out.
We've got an 18-second time difference between Discord and YouTube.
I think yours has got his stopwatch out.
That's not all I've got out.
Oh gosh. Look at this. I think you need to help yours in his department here.
I've got 18.
I can't find my gun. There it is. Ballistic. Now I want my dangerous weapon. Something's missing. Ammo. I travel with this now because I'm learning how to use these things. And you know something, you want to know what I think is the most valuable thing in the game now? Water. When I go to Pyro, I'm willing to pay 5 G's for water. Because I've seen what Pyro sells. If you read the manuscript, you will not eat from them. But I knew this 5 years ago, so you know what I mean. When I first came to Star Citizens, I said to myself, I would never wear a weapon. But because the way the game's developed, I've been forced. When I say don't wear a weapon, basically, I wanted the guys who challenged the orc to wear the weapon, and they would be my bodyguards. But I found out in the end, guess what? They was using me as target practice. Well, okay, I didn't find that funny. It's not that I couldn't use it, I just didn't want to learn it. I wanted my own unique roleplay. Oh, now, guess what? As you can see, I got my snipies. And yes, I will use it, so don't bend over. You missed those streams out, haven't you? Okay, hello, Lost Roll Gamer. How you doing, mate? I don't know what I'm going to do today, okay? But I am testing the DLNA out today, and I've lowered the most of my settings for stability. Yesterday was tragic. If you want to make money, and you don't know what you're doing, don't take out the Polaris. But take out the Polaris if you want to live. I am thinking of actually coming out of HDR, okay? Because I'm not getting the true 8K that this PC is capable of delivering. And when you see me doing Vulkan is native. That means it shows its true frames. And the NVIDIA now adds frames in between. They call it fake frames, but it's not. What it's doing, as you can see, it makes the whole graphics look smoother, so it's not too much on your eyes or straight. That's the way I see it, okay? And remember, I'm in 8K, alright? I'm not in 4K. So whatever you see in 4K, just half it and do your comparison. I can get more than 40 frames per second if I wanted, just for a split second. I'll show you what I mean. Just for a split second. Oh, I can't show you. seen all this before. And one thing you might have noticed, I've got my screens on, oh, whoa, on the right hand side coming up. And I'm touching 100 frames a second. Now you call that fake frames, it's not. It's to make your graphics card and gameplay run smoother. If you understand how it works. As you can see, it's jiggy-jaggy, 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 jiggy-jaggy. It's not smooth. Alright? And why it's not smooth? Because now it's pulling from the SSD, which I have a super fast SSD. But I can't play like that. I'm sorry, no. And this is what I mean by stability. As you can see. So at the end of the day, it's not the fastest frames, it's the visualization. And this is in 8K. So now you understand the difference between, hey, I want the fastest frames per second, but, but I want quality. Alright? I can even get higher than that. I can drop it down to 40 frames. Now what, sorry, I can drop it down to 8K. Alright? What does 8K mean? Alright, I'm going to try and explain. I'm wrong. I don't know shit. Okay? You're all going to a disco hall. Okay? And you see them flashing lights, them strobe lights that go on and off and on and off. So you move like a dialect. So you start dancing, you start moving. Well, this works the same way. 30 hertz, 60 hertz, and so on. Okay, 120 hertz. You know what I mean? It's all the same. I am at 640 frames per second. Okay, it could be 80. Then you want, when I mean by 80, this is 40 seconds. What you call it? You see them? What they call it? That is what it's doing. And if it's at 80, I'll try to do slower, get a better quality. Just look at that there, you'll see where I'm coming from, okay? That is what it means by 30, 40 and 60. Now if you've got a 148 monitor, 240, that is super smooth. That's the difference between a monitor and a TV. My TV is 120 hertz. You've got monitors that do 240. But when you're streaming at 240, you've got to have a decent card that can do that. But I'm in 8K. Alright? Now I could be wrong, but like I said, what I see in front of me. Well, anyway. Oh, guess what? I'm dying of hunger. I chat too much. Shut the fuck up, Pepper. Get the fucking something to eat. You're supposed to be getting the burn of death. Okay. I haven't worked out what I'm going to be playing yet. But anyway, we now understand the difference now why I have my frame rates capped. Okay? It's not that I can't play these high frame rates, I can. But you guys suffer from motion sickness. I do eye tracking, it's even worse. And there is one more other thing. I'm having trouble why I want to take off HDR. I've got a very fast internet. Very, very fast. We're not talking about download speed now, we're talking about upload speed. Now if you look down here, as you can see, I'm at 40 kilobits and that is actually capped. I can go to 1 megabit or a terabyte. Okay, that is upload speed, not a download. But I can't get me HDR to work any higher than that at 60 frames per second. okay, in HDR. I don't know what the hell's happening. It could be because I'm in 8K, but if I don't work it out soon, I'm going to have to keep up with the Joneses and do 8K without HDR. I want the HDR. I want the HDR. Okay? Bossman is gaming on a super computer. No, I built it. Okay, but when I built this PC, I didn't build this PC. I just got a screwdriver and let my AI build it. But the funny thing about it, when I built this PC, the tech wasn't out. You see where I'm coming from? And I'm using Intel. You heard the shit about Intel, it's crap. It's kicking AMD into touch. There's still things this PC needs, and it's not out yet. I am running in 9,000 meg. No, I'm not. I'm turning down. Well, I was running in 9,000 mega transfers. That's it's not up anyway. But I want 256 gigabytes of RAM. Okay, why? Because AI is the next technology in. And yes, I get it. I don't want, you will need it. It's just that you don't know it yet. Alright? And I also want the Pimax Crystal. But I want the 12K. Alright. Well, like I said, it's too much to go into. I've just got to wait. I also want the rocking chair. I call it the flight simulator chair. Okay? I'll be going into all that very soon on the reasons why. And this is all going to be built for Star Citizens. This PC was planned 3 years ago. I had the specs then. The PC don't need upgrading, it just needs finishing. That sounds a bit Irish though, but no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, the VR that I want is a 12K Pimax. We've all heard about it. But you need the tech and hardware to go for it. I've got the tech, I've got the hardware. Okay, let's talk about VR. Okay, you guys know about VR where it's like a freaking vibrator and all you want to do is go to turn shit all day. But the VR is where it's 760 whatever. That means it goes up and down, tilt, roundabout, and tips you upside down. And why the YAR simulator didn't quite do it for £4,000, but there is one for 7,000. Yeah, I heard you. Okay, and it can fit in the house. But I don't want to spend it on a Chinese company until I understand I'm going to get the money. It's a lot. I will be showing details on that at the end of the day. But first things first, I don't know what I want to do today. It's not that it's a supercomputer. Yeah, it is. I built it myself, so it must be super. No, anybody could have built this PC with no knowledge. But you don't need £6,000, £5,000 or whatever. You can build a PC of the latest tech, believe it or not, for £1,000. I've already ran the numbers. All Gen 5 Intel, and it will serve you for years to come. You don't need a 5090 graphics card for £3,000. You can get a decent 5th series as long as it's got the DLSS bullshit in there. It's got to be Gen 5. Everything has to be Gen 5. still don't know what I want to do. I'm not going to try and make money with Polaris. But I can't go into negative equity. The only way I could make money in the Polaris is if I can find another Polaris to take its missiles. Doing a full service on the ship. I hope I've got the right Polaris out today. Let's see what we've got in contacts. Contracts. Oh, what's all this bullshit? No, we don't want hauling. Let's go and see what these guys are up to, eh? I'm not even going to try. This is Redmond anyway. I'm in Stanton. There's no money in Stanton. Only idiots stay in Stanton because they're too scared to go into pyro. And because they're too scared, I got the full reign of pyro.
Hey there, Rambler. Stowe's here. Appreciate you rolling with us on this.
You look as ugly as me, mate. I'll treat this as search and rescue.
Quantum drive is now on. Warning, leaving safe zone. Quantum drive is now off.
This'll do. Got a spot picked out that should keep you hidden.
Ambush!
Shields are on.
What is it? Hide the signature. How? Did I hide his signature? Okay. Now what? I failed.
Really screwed that one up, huh?
Well, what was I supposed to do?
Messed out talking all the shit. Later.
I hit my signature. And everything's green. Wait a minute.
Engines are off. System off. Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Weapons system is off.
That's not making sense. I mean, some sort of a cloud. Engines on.
Engines are on.
Shields on.
Shields are on.
Weapons on.
Weapons system is on.
There's no actually been detected. Another reason why I don't like Stanton. You can't do nothing, you get a criminal record.
Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
That's a human player, okay, and now what? Everything's offline. Yeah, and? He's got nothing. He says everything's offline, but his shields are on. Shields are on. Why the name's not coming up? just scanned it. I just want to know what type of guns it's got. Nothing special on the guns. This was a waste of my time. I could have took the guns to pay for my fuel. Oh, just let me just check if I've got all these things working right. Ah. Okay, let's hope that works. Let's find myself a mission now. I don't want to do no more of that. Let's go do some simple. Oh, what's this priority bullshit? Can somebody give me an idea what mission I can pick and do and help me to succeed on it? PvP mission, what's that one? Collection. Salvage. Can't do salvage. mercenary. Bounty. Let's pick something easy. I have heard that CIG's nerfed the point of defense is now by 50%. Is this normal? Is it normal? What's the point of having it there now? I spent so much money on my Polaris and the Polaris is firing blanks now. Feel so for my woman.
Kent here. I'll be tracking your progress on the bounty. Watch yourself out there.
Shields are off.
Somebody pick a mission that I can do, please. Anybody.
Quantum drive is now off.
I'm at Stanton and I can't think of anything to do.
You could wash the toilet floors of Stanton if you want.
Isn't that worse than doing the brig work?
Quantum drive.
And when I
is
say
now
wash them, I
off.
mean with your tongue.
Ew. 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 Just give me a second. Yours has just knocked me off my bearings here.
Plan worked.
Ah, there it is.
Damn.
See, when you're doing exploration, you learn at the same time. So you just can't go into it and expect it. Oh yeah, I can do the cheat mode. I can go and Google it. You know what I mean? Well, that's supposed to excitement because I know the answer before I get there.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
The whole idea is to survive. Know when to run and know when to crawl. There's no heroes in this game. Why? Because you don't know what to expect, so you have to be the best of the best. And I'm not the best of the best. I've got one advantage. I'm in a very strong ship, so you have to show me respect. So at the end of the day, I have to know my ship. Go to the cave and find the target. Oh. I ain't getting out my ship. No. Don't care how good they are. I'm not getting out my ship. Stanton is where all the idiots are. I should know I used to be an idiot.
Quantum drive is now off.
But you know something? Now that I'm back in Stanton, fighting in Pyro, is there any excitement left in Stanton? Hey? why am I not firing?
Shields damaged.
Weapons are on.
I think it's it. The weapons are empty, Addy.
No, it's
Nice job taking them out. I'll push your
delete,
payment through.
delay.
Engines are off. Shields are off.
Well, let's. Did I get enough to pay for my fuel? Let's just have a look. $19K. Another 3 more. Then I know my fuel's been paid for. Might not make nothing myself, but at least my fuel's been paid for.
Collision alert.
Whoa!
Front. Collision alert. Starboard.
What's happened?
Collision alert. Port.
Wait, what's happened?
Weapons system. Engines on. Shields are on. Collision alert. Low.
Well, you know what? Now I've got to find money to repair my friggin' ship. Now I know why you have to have more than one player. I'll tell you what, let's investigate and see what's around here. Deposits. I wonder what it is. can't tell me you don't know what it is. I've just scanned it.
That's it, like, that's what it is, isn't it? Mining deposit.
Yeah, but what is it? Is it a rock? Is it debris? Is it food? Is it mineral? What is it?
Igneous deposit.
Your reading is as bad as mine, Yosa.
No, it's because the writing is dead smaller.
Let's see if we can get a little closer. Oh, something's gone wrong because I'm not moving. Oh, wait a minute. That's why the companies couldn't move yesterday. She had it in scanning mode. So the ship doesn't fly when it's in scanning mode. Okay. You see, I should be building up on my roleplay. I should know what I'm looking. What's all that noise? Contract. It just cost me money and I need to make it back.
You got all the details and you know what to do. Play it smart and come home safe, you hear?
I am smart and I am coming home safe. But the point is, I've got to pay for my stupid ship.
Ship is not stupid, just a pilot.
Don't tell the ship that. You might press the eject button.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Everything is stupid today, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a stupid system, is it?
I don't think it could be. Whoa! Look at all these ships on my tail.
Must be a popular guy.
They don't like me because they're just as stupid as me. Something's wrong, they're not attacking.
Shields damaged.
These guys are fighting some nasty shit at me.
Welcome to Roman Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Shields damaged.
Oh, the lag's stupid. See the desync on this?
Yeah, I've just called up to it now.
I need help! Now! Help! Help! Keep him off me!
Shields damaged.
I didn't have this problem when I was in Pyro.
damaged.
Son of a bitch.
Family's ass.
Taking heavy fire.
Shields damaged.
Son of a bitch.
Shields damaged.
Son of a bitch.
If you want to know the truth, I can't actually play here in Stanton. I've played so long in Pyro with no bloody stupidness like this. I'm going back to Pyro.
Good riddance.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Stay in Stanton, I'll be like everybody, I'll be negative, I'll be toxic. No, doors not even bloody well open. No. He thinks I've got all day.
Weapons system. Engines are off. Engines are on. Weapons system is on. Shields are off. Shields are on. Shields damaged. System off. Welcome to Robert's system check.
Okay. While you're there playing hopscotch, I'm getting out this dump. I come here to play a game. I didn't come here to be disappointed.
Shields damaged.
The view's pretty, that's about it.
Here you go.
I'm not sticking around, I'm not wasting my time on you guys. If you're gonna cause me so much discomfort, go play by yourself.
Shields damaged.
Look, you know something? To tell you the truth, it's worth 60,000 to me. Let's get the batty busters out. Break him. But wait a minute, I can't even play with these, can I? Doors won't open. When I shoot, it takes 15 minutes before it registered. I must be on a suicide mission.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
I can't hit him at that distance. He's too quick and he's too far. Get a bit closer. What are you saying? Gone too far. Basically, I'm using ballistics, but they're so slow. He's got to be within a decent range, about 1.5 kilometers if I can hit him. Look. where I can hit him if he's still. See? Oh, I hit him. I know, good, but he knows. Whoa. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to Pyro and I'll work it out from there. I didn't know that Stanton was that bad for D-Sync, you know. Or is my system running too slow?
Shields damaged.
try and shoot down shit.
Because there's no voice coming through, Pepper.
Oh, okay. After all of that, I've been talking to myself. I'm going to start all over again from the beginning. Okay? Right. What's happened here? Before my PC was set to here. That means I was running at a capped of 75% reduction on its processing power. It's now on full. Okay? When it was set to here, that was the speed I was getting in game. When I'm out of game and I put it on full blast, that's what I was getting. Okay? Now remember, I am using the Samsung 9100 Pro. That is twice the speed of the Samsung 990 Pro. Secondly, I'm using RAID 0, so I've got 3 times the performance on that plus Gen 5. So basically, this is fast. Now, when I'm running the game, this should stay roughly about that at 11,000. Not like the old Samsung 960 Pros that ran at 2,000. You got lag, you got all this lot. So everything is normal. So the streaming is fast. But at the end of the day, when you're running at this speed, okay, listen carefully, when you're running at this speed, these temperatures will go stupid. You'll know my temperatures at the moment is 27 Celsius. I'm in RAID 0, okay? But I've ripped out all the standard heat sinks that my motherboard came with, you know, with them big dirty iron blocks. I ripped them all out. And I put the Samsung HR10 2280 Pro. They've got fans on them and they're razor blade fins. So that means blow air blows directly onto the heat sinks, using fans from the external fans to blow internals directly onto them. You might be thinking, well, where the hell am I coming from? Samsung and all these guys got these big aluminium heat sinks, okay? Big, you know, them big too cool. They don't work. They do work, but not for Star Citizen and high games like this. What I mean is, those sinks get hot over time. They don't cool as quick. It's like you've got an iron bar in your hand. You know how long that iron bar takes to cool. Well, an aluminium heat sink, it works in the same way. They take longer to get hot. They also take longer to get cold. So if you're adding heat on it constantly, them iron aluminium blocks will heat up over time, but they cannot cool because it's a big area. Now, as you know, you've got razor blade fins, okay? You blow cold air through them fins, them aluminiums, they cool quick. So because it cools quick, the heat sinks which are attached to it will also cool very, very quick. Just Google HR10 HR10 2022-80 Pro heat sinks, okay, and you see they've got blades on them. You push cold air through that, it will cool it down fast. So that means you've got heat sinks that's your SSDs on there will also cool very quick. So with the standard heat sinks, like I said, with the aluminium block, because it's so big it can't cool that quick, and that's why you've got temperatures of 28 Celsius. Now what I'm going to do to prove that, I'm going to do the same thing here, Alright, and look at, if you can see these heat sinks, they will not go over 33. Look on the 990 Pros, they're in RAID. Okay, they will not raise. But on the normal heat sinks, these temperatures are going up to 40 odd. You're on shutdown mode. I'm going to run it right now just to prove the point. Remember, look, 30 odd, I'm not even running the game. This is server grade. Look at the heat sinks. It is working, as you can see. The heat sinks are barely but moving. 31 Celsius. Now you know how hot these SSDs get. This is server grade technology. Okay, why? Because they've got fans on these heat sinks and they're blowing through razor blade thin to cool down the SSD, but it doesn't stop there. I've got fans running at 3000 revs per minute, the noctuas running directly over these heat sinks, cooling it down even further. Look at the ridiculous temperatures, 30 Celsius. Alright, that is unbelievable. That one there is not right because that's heatsink somewhere else. Okay, it's away from the motherboard, but as you can see, it is ridiculously low, and that is why my PC won't overheat. Now I'm going to run the game. You'll see these actually go up, but they won't go up into the 40s and 50s because I've got it cool. Remember, I am using those Thermalite heat sinks, and directly I'm using the Noctua 40 millimeters at 3000 revs per blowing cold air. It's all in the description. And even the intake fan, the exhaust fans, I've turned them inside so they blow air directly. The graphics card I've moved from over the Samsung 9100 Pro, and I put it in the upright vertical position, so the hot air from the graphics card is blowing directly out of the case. And also I've got fans sucking the air out, so my case never gets warm. But I'm going to run this now. Keep your eye on those heat sinks, okay? As you can see, they didn't get hot. I'm about to run the game now. Keep an eye on these temperatures. You want to focus on the 9100 Pros. That's where the game's running. Just let me set my oh, I've just pressed the cancel. I always set this because this stops motion sickness, it stops all the snappiness. Okay, that works. Now I'm going to change servers. Wait, I was on the Asian server all this time, I was doing that rubbish. Okay, you know what? I'm going on to their rubbish server. No, the EU server. Right, as I was saying, the game is loading in the background. Alright, keep your eye on these heat sinks. You'll see they will not get high. And remember, I am running in 8K. Not 4K, not 2K. I am running in constant 8K, and I can run at 120 frames per second and 400. But as I showed you before, when I was running in those high resolution, But if you go back, you'll see it wasn't good for your eyes. But look on these heat sinks at the moment. As you can see, they're not even budging. 31 Celsius, okay? 31 Celsius. 28 Celsius. These numbers are ridiculous, okay? Now that I'm in game, okay, you'll see these numbers reduce, okay? Now, if you remember, if you had the 990 Pros, you could not get over 2,000. Read and write, I'm getting 14,000 in Gen 5, okay? But because now I'm running the game, this should not drop lower than 10,000, 1,000. Look, as you can see, I'm only using a third of the power of the SSDs, but look at the temperatures. It is ridiculously low. You won't even get thermal throttling. This is server grade. Why? Because I have the heat sinks, which I've explained to you, and I've got fans running directly over them. I'm not even using the standard heat sink that comes with the motherboard. This is ridiculous, okay? And when you're running things like this, you shouldn't have no lag. I hope this makes sense to you guys, okay? Remember, this is now putting stress on the SSDs, but look at the temperatures. 31 Celsius, that's 990 Pro, wrong one. 35 maximum, okay? 31 on average. These will not get out, and I'm not actually pushing these graphics in 8K. I can increase the frames per rate, but like I said, you get all strobiness. It's not needed. And this is still running because I'm still doing a stress test on the SSDs and the game's running at the same time. When this stops, these numbers will come right down, as you can see. Now let's look at the RAM. Look at the temperature of the RAM. They're less than 40 odd, and I'm not even running my RAM at 9,900. I've turned the RAM down to 8,400. But as you can see here, let's get back to the crystal mark. I'm only using 1/3 of the speed, so there's 2/3 of the redundancy to run other programs. Remember, Star Citizens uses the SSD for streaming, okay? And that's why you get all these slots. There is no lag. I can increase this. The frames per second. Remember, I'm in 8K. I'm not in 4K. I don't play in 4K anymore, alright? Look at the frames. I'm getting 100 at the moment in DLSS and about 60 odd in native Vulkan. 60 odd in native Vulkan. Look how smooth that is. It's ridiculous. This is 8K. This is not AMD. This is Intel. Okay? But it's about the RAM. The RAM is the bottleneck. The faster you can get your RAM, the better. Look at that. I can get it even higher than that. All these are on high settings. Take them all off. settings. It's going up all the time. That's in 8K, not 4K. What else can I show you? Look at the temperature of the SSDs. Look at the temperatures of those. That's the RAM. It's not even reached the normal temperatures of 44, and I'm not even running it on full at the moment. And I'm only using 48 gigs of RAM, running at 4,000. Where is it? I've downclocked most of my stuff, okay, which I've said earlier. I run at 5 gigahertz. I can turn that down. I don't need them element speed. But the SSD, I'm running 38 gigs of RAM out of it. I can control how much RAM I'm using. I'm running at 8,400. It was running at 9,000. I don't need the speed. The RAM, I'm not even using the RAM because it's so quick. The SSD, look at that, that is ridiculous. I'm not even using none of the processor at all. And I'm using a 5090 graphics card, and I'm going to tell you something else. Okay? I can run this in hybrid. Now, if you know about SLI, which is dead now, you know how good SLI was in its day. You've heard of people using 2 graphics cards. That's the AMD and also the Intel. So you get high, ridiculous performance. This does the same. Your laptop does the same. My motherboard has an Intel. The problem with the Intel, I hope you guys are following me here because I'm not speaking double Dutch. The problem with the Intel, they don't have enough lanes like the AMD. So you're running at a disadvantage all the time. Okay, you understand that? I'm running at a 5090. It has been tested and proven that the 5090 cannot use the bandwidth that is claimed to be of all 16 lanes in Gen 5. It will run at 8 lanes. So what I've done, I've taken my graphics card off 16 lanes and I've done it down to 8 lanes. My SSDs are now running 3 of them in Gen 5 at 4 lanes apiece, because it gives me 16 lanes. So I've got no bandwidth reductions at all. I've lost where I'm coming from actually. So because of that, I've got maximum speed. But the main thing was I'm using 2 GPUs. Okay, one is the 5090, alright, and one is the IGP. It's not on at the moment, it's the iGPU. Now if you remember SLI, you know what that could do before it died. The secret is my system can run hybrid with the 2 display units. Listen carefully now. I have hybrid on this system because I have 2 GPUs, the iGPU and the 5090 graphics GPU. You might think I'm talking rubbish, but you've seen the AMD and you've also seen the Intel, how that works. It's showing ridiculous frame rates. What I'm trying to say is because I've got the iGPU, I'm not using the lanes. So that means I can still use 3 SSDs in RAID 0 in Gen 5. I can use the graphics card 8 lanes in Gen 5, and also the iGPU in Gen 5. All of them runs on Gen 5. Now with the GPU, that's doing the rendering of the graphics. this does the display. So when this is doing the display, okay, it takes the pressure off the iGPU, cutting the power of this right down to ridiculous things like that. And the iGPU doesn't go over 100 watts. So it shares it like a SLI or hybrid sort of system, okay? But there is one more other thing about the iGPU. As you know, the iGPU does not have its own RAM. It's relying on the system's RAM. The system RAM is variable. So if you've got 48 gigabytes of RAM, okay, and you've got 32 gigabytes of GPU, your PC will use the graphics GPU, and because you're going through the display of your iGPU of your 48 gigabytes, that's this, of RAM, your display on your iGPU is displaying the graphics on this. Alright, so there's no pressure on your main graphics card. But the secret is, did you know if you got paging file, alright, my paging file's not on. My paging file is 1 terabyte. Alright, so if you got graphics and you run out of graphics, systems graphic, your paging file, your iGPU, because it's variable, will take from your graphics, will take from your paging file. So you've not got 38 gigabytes of RAM anymore, you've got 1 terabyte of variable. You don't need it because Star Citizens won't use it. But the secret is, your, what's the word, which we're all getting into, AI will use it. Okay, so because it's using it, you don't run out of RAM. Now you might think, well, what am I talking about? Well, let's go back to AMD. To run the highest model of AMD, you've got a maximum of 8 GPUs. You know how much the GPUs are going to cost you? Mine cost me $3,000, and I got 4 of them. That's 12 grand worth of GPU to run AI on an AMD system. Hey, I'm not that crazy. Okay, I'm not. Just bear with me where I'm coming from. Alright, this system is hybrid. So the game can run on this, okay, run on that. And the iGPU runs on this with variable RAM, and the iGPU will take RAM from the SSD. Remember how fast the SSD is. The AI doesn't need full compute power. It needs what's the word? It needs gigabytes of RAM, and it needs the speed of the graphics card. It's using the iGPU. Star Citizens only needs 20 gigs of RAM to play Star Citizen. It's got 22 left, so 22 can run on the AI, and the other runs on the iGPU. And if it needs any more RAM, it will take it from the paging file. So it's all working in hybrid. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, my system is hybrid, so I can run an AI model of Llama or something stupid like that in the background. But let's go one step further. I'm only using 48 gigabytes of RAM. At the end of the day, Star Citizens need 9,000 mega transfers to get frame rates of stupid things up here of 120. As you can see, it's climbing. Alright, I'm in the background because everything's balanced. As you see there, the frame rate in Vulkan is 70 frames per second in 8K. That's about 120 frames. I can get higher than that, but the game will crash because it doesn't like changing over screens. So you can use a very high language model and run Star Citizens, but you can't properly do it in 48 gigs of RAM, but you can do it in 256 gigs of RAM. Put Star Citizens all in RAM. You know how much Star Citizens run? It runs 130 gigabytes of RAM, so it can't saturate 256 gigabytes of RAM. so you got 70 gigabytes of RAM left. That can run your iGPU, that can run your AI in RAM, quantized, and the paging file, variable RAM, and your SSD. You can run gigabytes of high language models with the Intel processor. Why? Because it's got an NGPU in there of things to come. Okay, that's the next technology that's coming in. You will not know about this until about 4-5 years from now. I'm not explaining it properly, okay, but try and get the gist of what I'm saying. Alright, it's complicated. Everybody just wants to play Star Citizen in its best, but when you want information, oh, how do you get to Stanton? You got the Google, Samsung Google that's doing that with Gemini. This PC can do it and do it more and not overheat. There's so much going on in this PC. AMD is not hacking it anymore. But next year, Intel is changing the way they do things. You know, every time AMD upgrades, you can use the same socket and put different things to make it work differently. But Intel is doing the same thing next year. Alright? They're doing the same thing next year where, oh, I need a new GPU. I can use the same motherboard. Oh, I need a new processor. I can use the same motherboard. That's what they're going to be doing next year with the new processors. Now, what this means is now the motherboards will go back to their normal way of doing, because basically the motherboard was supposed to make their motherboards better, but because Intel was updating their motherboards, so their process so often, the motherboard manufacturers couldn't keep up, so they had to keep up with theirs, so they were making money. But now they use the same motherboard. Well, you know something, I need better cooling, I need better this, I need better that. Did you know CUDIM is another factor? Okay, CAM2 is another factor. CUDIM as the clock driver, where it controls, I'm not explaining this properly, mind you, so please Google what I'm saying and you can see the proof for yourself. CUDIM is the next thing that's coming in, and so is CAM2. CUDIM with the clock driver, that means instead of it being on the motherboard or the chip, it's on the RAM itself. What does it mean? It means it stabilizes the RAM, but it doesn't mean anything. What it means is the old RAM, right, that run at 8,000 megahertz, okay, the CUDIM can overclock to 9,000 megahertz. Yes, but that's not the way it works. It stabilizes it. So if it does go over, like say a spike, the clock driver can control it a lot quicker so it doesn't go over. So because you've got your CUDIM and it says 8,000, don't go overclock it to 9,000 because it's still unstable. Keep it on 8,000, you get more stability. But with the CUDIM, they've got gears. Alright? Now the gears are something like on a car, you've got gear 1, gear 2 and gear 4. Like cars, 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's like that. So what that means, gear 1 is the same as the Gen 5. So Gen 5 RAM, you know, that can go to roughly, I think it's about 4,000, roughly, I can't remember numbers. Gen 5 goes to gear 3, that goes below 9,000, 8,000. Gear 4 goes to 9,000 above. But when you're on gear 4 and it's on, say, we use easy numbers now. Gear 4, sorry, right? Divide it by 4. So that's if it's running at say 10,000, it's 2,500. Okay, that's 4 times its speed. But it's not. It is running at that speed, but it's not running at that speed. It's how it takes the information from the processor 1 every 4 seconds. This stops the overheating on the processor. Okay, but technically speaking, it's running lower at the end of the day, but it's not. But it is. It's so I can't even explain it. It's so difficult for me to. And sounding waffly, but if you Google it, it will explain it properly through Gemini how it works. Cam 2 is another form factor which we're all going into, which does the high what they call it. We're going into that, but it can only go up to say 64 and 256, but we want 256. It gets complicated. I didn't know all of this. I use my AI to find all this information. It works, and that's why I can run my PC at these ridiculous frame rates at the end of the day. And it, look, as you can see, I'm not crashing. It's hard to explain it, and I'm not going to try to explain it, but you can see the qualities for yourself. You know what I mean? If I want pretty graphics, turn it up. This gives problems. This will blow your stinking mind. Look at that. And remember, I am in 8K and I'm still doing 60 frames per second at 100 odd in DLSS frames. Why is that? Because my SSD is that fast and I am actually running in gear 4. Okay, divide gear 4 into 4 at that's 2,100 revs. That is the speed it's running at, but you can't see that because at the end it's so high, and then you got all the temperatures at the bottom coming down on the afterburner. That is what it's all about. But if I can turn it down, I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to come down into 8K, but I've got my frames is so fast it doesn't change that. Oh, whoa, 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 don't touch that. I've got to turn all these down. My PC don't like switching. Hope you guys are paying note. I'm trying to turn it down because you know when you're switching frames, things go funny when you crash. I'm trying to turn everything down, okay? I've already downclocked my processor. Now, let's see if I can change it now. It does it better in hybrid. Yeah, I'm in 8K. I'm going to try and go to 4K, alright? I've not got 4K here. Try 1080p. It's crashed. It doesn't like changing. Just bear with me and look at these ridiculous frame rates. That is because of what I'm using on this PC. Ah, I know what I should have done. I should have logged out and changed it before I logged back in. It will crash when I'm going back in there. It won't let me in now. Okay. But I'm going to try. See, I crashed when I was in it, you see. 1080p. Look at the frame rates, it's ridiculous. Remember, that is because I'm using Gen 5. There's no performance left on the table, and even if I went hybrid, it would even be higher than that. This is Intel, it's understanding how it works. AMD cannot touch Intel when it comes to raw speed, because Intel has the latest technology. AMD is still using the old technology, but they've learned how to fine-tune it, if you know what I'm saying. They've had time. Until... Okay, here we go. I'm in 8K there now. I hope it's right. I'm in DLSS, it's not working. So I'm in DLLA, it's not working. Damn. Make me look stupid. All that big talk and I can't even show yous. Oh, it's not in hybrid, is it? Changed. Well, I've not been able to prove what I've been saying. It's not all waffle. Can't even show it. I'm working at you guys, okay? I'm up to 80 odd now, but my DLA is still set. So much settings in here, you've got to get the right settings to show you these ridiculous speeds. We're going 4K, what everybody's used to. Oh, I've lost my 4K. Ah! I have to now shut down my PC completely just to get my 8K back. Oh boy. See, everything's capped, you see. I'm going to have to shut down and do it all over again. See what's happened now? I've lost my AK. Well, I've not lost it. I've just got to, you know. How many hertz is it running at? So 120 hertz. I've got to let it optimize. I daren't let it do anything while in game. Because when it's doing that, all them numbers up there shoot right up. So I've just got to let it do its thing. Show you what I mean. These there shoot right up. The temperatures shoot up and everything. I'm just checking my SSDs. I've never seen them that high. There is a ship hovering around me at the moment. I can't do anything. The RAM's at a steady 40 Celsius. That's okay. SSD steady 30. I stopped playing this mode many years ago. Let's see what the SSDs are running at. As you can see, that is how much pressure my PC's on at the moment, and when it's in game it's not supposed to be doing that, but the reason why it's gone that low is because it's doing the cache. Now if you had the old SSD, your system would crash, it wouldn't work. Look at the latency, that is ridiculous. This PC is like a frying pan at the moment. let's turn all this down. Halfway there. Look at the CPU's temperature, it's in its 80s. I am in danger time. I can cut it down because I'm running at 5.5 gigahertz. I can slow it right down. As you see, I've just brought down the temperature of the CPU, so there's no way it's going to crash. It should not crash. As you can see, I brought down the CPU down to 3.3 gigahertz. Okay, the SSD is not under any pressure, and if you check on the thermals, they are coming down. That come down by 2. The SSDs, I've gone back down to its normal temperature of 29 Celsius. I can now go into the game. But I don't like this mode. I really don't like this mode. Like looking through binoculars. When I had my old system, this is what I could do. Yes, I know you guys think it's cool, but I'm on a 57-inch monitor, and I know what the difference is like. But I should have no problems now playing this in 8K. No, it won't go in 8K. Everything's in ultra high. That is now putting strain on the processor. You can't see it, but trust me, it is. The quality is not as good. You see, it's called because you might get the fast latency and whatnot, but somewhere along the line there is pressure, so something will break. I can now go back, put the PC back to full blast, just to argue the point that I can get the frame rates. But there's a cap on here somewhere, a cap armor thing, you see. It can go a lot higher than that, trust me, but like I said, I have to be in hybrid to show the proper settings. I'm just in the normal 5090 at the moment. guys with ultra wide screens, that's okay. Up to 45 degrees. That's in DLAA at the moment, not DLSS 4.0. And I can tell it's in 4K because it's crap. No, when I say no, I explained that wrong. Let's see if I can get back into 4K. True 4K native. See, I've lost it. I have to log out to log back in. But the only way I can do that is to crash the system. Firstly, when you played in 8K, 4K, 2K or anything like that is not good enough. That is why I'm dissatisfied. So it's not that I'm nitpicking, it's when you've got it and you know about it, you don't know what I'm saying. Actually, so using 40% of the graphics. CPU's too high though. Let's turn down the CPU. Celsius, 40 Celsius, 250 watts, 40 odd watts. The colours are a bit better. I want to see if I can get this running in hybrid. Let's see if I can crash the system. If I can crash the system, it will work. Yeah. I'm trying to put in hybrid. It didn't crash its system like I was hoping it would. If I crash the system, I can go back on my ship. Got to change all the settings. Right, that part's done. Okay, what's next? It's now running on the iGPU. That's good. Right, now run the game. That's not showing HDR. Great, it's still running. Should come back up in a sec. Change the frame rates. Change the frame rates. I'm just letting it do its optimization, and I'm going to shut it down and start again on a new stream.